Stop studying. You're wasting your time. If you're studying the way most students do, you're probably wasting hours without even realizing it. Ever spent an entire day studying only to forget everything during the exam? Most students learn how to study effectively far too late. But that changes today. Think of your brain like a bucket full of holes. No matter how much information you pour in, most of it leaks out. And that's exactly what happens when you study the wrong way. The first mistake is highlighting and rereading. It feels productive, but simply reading the same notes again doesn't help much. Your brain recognizes the words, but recognition isn't the same as understanding. The second mistake is cramming at the last minute. Sure, you might remember some facts for tomorrow's test, but within a few days, most of that information disappears. Your brain treats crammed information like junk mail and throws it away. And the third mistake is passive studying. Just reading, watching videos, or listening to lectures isn't enough. Learning is like swimming. You can't become a great swimmer just by reading a book about swimming. You have to actually get in the water. So, what's the solution? The truth is, studying isn't about how many hours you spend, it's about how much you remember. Instead of focusing on consuming information, focus on retaining it. One of the best techniques is called active recall. Instead of rereading your notes, close the book and try to remember the information from memory. This forces your brain to work, and that's what makes learning stick. Another powerful method is the Feynman Technique. Try explaining a topic in simple words, as if you're teaching it to a child. If you struggle to explain something, that's a sign you don't fully understand it yet. Top students don't just study more, they test themselves more. They use flashcards, practice questions, and past papers because testing yourself strengthens memory far better than rereading. Another secret is spaced repetition. Most people forget half of what they learn very quickly, but instead of trying to memorize everything in one sitting, review the material over several days. Learn it today, review it a few days later, then test yourself again after a week. This simple strategy can dramatically improve your memory. But knowing the right methods isn't enough. You also need consistency. That's why the 2-minute rule is so powerful. Instead of telling yourself, I need to study for 2 hours, just tell yourself, I'll study for 2 minutes. Once you start, it's much easier to keep going. You can also connect studying to habits you already have. Review a flashcard after breakfast, or summarize one idea before going to bed. Small actions repeated daily become automatic. And if long study sessions make you feel exhausted, try the Pomodoro Technique. Study for 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break. Repeat the cycle. Because here's the truth. Success doesn't come from last-minute panic. It comes from small, consistent effort repeated every day. Most students study harder, but the smartest students study better. And that's what separates average students from extraordinary ones.